This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, good
On
morning.
the show today, Gina Chick. Now, you might not be familiar with her name, but she was the woman that won Alone Australia.
Yep.
And she is incredible. This is somebody who survived 67 days in the Tasmanian wilderness
Yep.
and said, I could have kept going.
Yep.
What a great feel
Yeah,
she
yeah,
has.
she's amazing. She's got a book out.
Kindness
Incredible.
and love in human form.
I know.
She never wears
so warm.
shoes.
Yep. No, she's
I
barefoot
never,
everywhere.
Sean, I did that during uni for the entire 3 years at uni at Curtin.
That's just because you were
Never,
poor,
ever,
though.
Ever.
She's in
wore
touch
shoes.
with the planet.
Could you do it on the red? I know, but she did it on the red.
Yeah.
Mate, I was doing it everywhere back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then
He wasn't on the red carpet.
Yeah, I was
then,
on the
so
red
yeah.
carpet. The only time I put them on was to work at the Curtin Tavern.
Yeah.
That was the only time I put them on.
A requirement.
But I could stand and walk across anything back then. Now,
Yeah.
a feather hurts my feet.
That was
Yeah,
my
so
whole
true.
childhood. I was
know.
barefoot the
Yeah.
whole time.
We didn't have shoes.
When I'm
Yeah.
down south, I never wear shoes.
Yeah.
But Megan's always yelling at me, "You've gone to the shops, your feet. It's
Are you
disgusting."
kidding me?
Oh, but down there, no one's wearing
I mean,
shoes.
mate, the guy next to you in the other aisle is wearing bloody knitted hemp.
Actually, on that, we
most
do
of the time.
we do discuss Sean's Nick Nolte phase.
Look, that came at me hard.
Can
and
I just
fast
say,
and,
can I say, there was one photo Sean wouldn't let us put up.
No, I wouldn't.
And now we know that you showed your weakness. Isn't that terrible? You don't show your sore spot.
that photo reminded me of too. Now that I'm thinking
What?
about it, there's a mug shot of Nick Nolte. I know we've.
Yeah.
No, that's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah.
It was-
Anyway, we'll put it up on our socials.
No, we won't.
You know what? You should not have told us what your kryptonite is.
Thank you, Amy. Amy won't do it to me.
No,
We
well,
catch up
Amy
with
doesn't do
Melinda
the
Taylor
socials.
too. She's a resident over in the US, and she wasn't happy with the election result. We had quite a interesting
Spirited?
discussion.
Spirited.
That's a good word.
Spirited.
Fingers. Bring it on.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
We're dedicated to the craft of radio.
Do you want to have the rest of the day off?
Please.
It's 4:06. Nathan and Sean. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Thursday.
For some people
Oh.
are very affected
It's
from
a-
yesterday's election result to the point where they're probably going to look to buy a bunker.
I mean, we're not going to feel the effects too dramatically here.
No, we're not going at all.
Unless he opens up the nuclear code suitcase.
Yes.
Just don't say anything bad about the Celebrity
That is,
Apprentice.
you know-
I do wonder now in this stint of his presidency, because he has the world at his control.
Yeah.
Do you reckon anyone out there is going to de-orange him?
What does that mean?
Well,
He's
make him
orange.
not orange.
See the photo in front of the website? You've
Yes.
seen him everywhere. His winning photo, he is orange.
I thought, Nathan, I don't know whether it was only a couple of weeks ago, I thought the tan had dropped away a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh, Sean.
he's
But
gone
then just
heavy on the
recently, on the
bronzer.
last couple of
Sean,
days, leading up to the end, he went hard.
He's had his mug burgeringed. And so I just wondered, because, there's L'Oreal, Revlon,
There's a lot of-
in America, I don't know, there's a lot of makeup ladies.
There is a lot of makeup ladies,
Kardashian, I
Nathan.
believe, is a billionaire over it.
Kardashian, she knows contouring. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone can step up now and just, because the president shouldn't be the colour of Fanta.
No, but clearly he thinks that he can do whatever he wants.
That's all. Well, the answer to that is right.
Yes,
He's
that's
right.
right. Absolutely. And he's been vindicated
so
in that.
you have your crowd of yes men around
Yes.
you. So how deep do you reckon that is until you get to a president that says you're orange?
I can't believe that Melania's never said
That's
anything.
right now.
I know.
That's right.
I know. Her name is basically Melanin, and
Yeah.
she hasn't mentioned anything to him.
Who knows? She probably does, and he probably goes,
Yeah.
what?
What do you know? What do you know?
What do you know, you
I know.
normal-coloured fleshed woman?
Because they talk about brow blindness, like, where your brows are too
yes.
heavy or too thin or whatever, and you thought they looked good at the time.
So he's got orange blindness.
He's got
He's got orange
he's got
blindness.
skin tone
Oh,
blindness.
look, we've all been there, and it was only till the start of this year,
Yeah.
probably it was only a couple of months ago, when you told me that I was going through my Nick Nolte phase, and
Yes.
no one said it to me ages before.
Oh, they said it behind your back, though.
No,
a lot.
we did finally say it to you.
You
Yeah.
said it to me a year later.
Well, we did because it was
But
funny
we
for a
thought
bit.
you had an illness at your house. And 4 children who might have mentioned it.
We should find a photo of your Nick Nolte face. Anyway, so Sean was all ragged and his hair was everywhere, and Sean was just feeling it. Sean in his mind was on an island.
Because I thought I was coming off the summer break, but the summer break lasted for a year.
He looked like he'd been drinking for 12 years and pulled through the back of a hedge.
And my good friends didn't say a thing until I heard it for the first time early this year.
So you had Nick Nolte blindness.
It happens to the
mate.
best of them.
See?
Happens to the best of them.
Bloody assholes.
Extraordinary. All right, today, we're going to catch
Today,
up
if
with...
if someone looks like Nick Nolte, you tell them.
Yeah.
International Nick Nolte
If
Awareness
someone's a
Day.
certain colour, we're not talking about races. Is
No,
there an
no,
odd
no.
colour like
No.
green, gold, and Talbot?
A colour they're not supposed to be. So we're gonna get Alpha Bar on the line.
Oh, there you go. That's very good now.
Wicked, out in cinemas soon.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Now, Sean.
Yes, friend.
Earlier on, we are talking about you looking like Nick Nolte.
Yes, when you went through your Nick Nolte phase, but you had Nick
Yeah,
Nolte
yeah,
blindness and
yeah,
didn't realise that's what was happening to you.
I had Nick Nolte. I didn't know that was happening. And
Yeah,
you
you
talked
looked in the
behind my
mirror.
back, but not to my face.
So here's the deal. In your phone, since you've done the iOS update recently, you can
course I do.
now go into your photos and you can actually type in specific things.
So did you type in Nick Nolte?
I typed in Nick Nolte, and this is what I got.
Oh, that's wild. That's a bad photo. You can't do that to me. Can't do that to me.
That's
This is just
that
one
is
of them.
very...
Can't be putting that up.
Just one of them.
Sean, you haven't been
What?
caught unawares in that photo.
Bad hair,
you are,
that's a bad
you
hair
are
day.
posing for that
no,
photo.
I'm not standing by that. I've got photos of you two.
No, but Sean, you're posing for that photo.
No,
you might have photos where we've been caught unawares.
Sorry, I know I look like a dickhead,
No,
but
he's great. You look great.
That's
I'm
just
not
an
taking
example
that
of...
one.
We're doing a
There's
Nick Nolte
another
cut.
one.
We're
You'll
doing
find another Nick
No,
Nolte.
I found others. We're giving you...
Oh, you think you're better than that.
The Nick Nolte phase went for a while, mate.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Give me that cash. All that cash.
Wow.
We pay the bills.
We're Powerballing.
Lottery West Powerball. The game with big attitude and even bigger prizes.
Okay, so today we said we're going to give people the chance to Powerball their way to work, all thanks to Lottery West Powerball, and it's happening as we speak.
Yes.
well, we
have...
employed our good mate Harry.
No.
Harold.
Harold.
Harold today. Hello, Harold.
Good morning, Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Harold, can you tell me what vehicle you're driving today, please?
Oh, we are powerballing in a Mercedes G-Wagon.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe you're allowed to drive this.
Hey, Harry, paint the picture of what it looks like inside. I've never jumped in one.
They're beautiful, Sean.
Okay, picture you jumping in an F-16. The controls in here are unbelievable, but you know what? It's a luxury F-16, fit for a king or queen. The seats are leather. They're like a creamy leather interior. The big Mercedes logo on the steering wheel and more buttons than you can even imagine pushing, guys.
Now,
Yes,
Harry,
don't poke a stick
I
at them.
believe that you have already serviced your first passenger where they received breakfast in the back of the car and perhaps a Nova goodie bag worth over $1,000.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We just dropped Kelly off at work in the Big Park, and we're heading out to St James now to pick up Liz and take Liz wherever she wants to go.
What if Liz wants to go to Esperance?
It's a nice day for a drive.
Well, you know what? You're in a G-Wagon. Who cares?
Exactly.
Right, like
I
you
can
stole it,
recommend the Lake Grey Servo.
What do they sell there, Nat?
Just whatever you can get, Sean.
Yeah. Harry, we did say yesterday that our callers, if they were being lucky enough to be Powerballing this morning, had the right to refuse talking to you because
Yes.
as an Uber driver, you
Yeah.
can request silence. Have they been talking to you at all?
Yeah, Kelly was very talkative. It was great.
Right.
That's fine with me. I can just put up first on some breakfast shows for them if you want.
Oh, so you're going to put her on
who's
like
that?
what? Who are you going to put on Triple M? 96.
Wouldn't it be Sunshine?
Are you putting on Sunshine?
Is there a thing called that?
Well,
Put on
Harry,
Triple J.
you've got a job to get to. Liz from St James is waiting for you, so we'll check back in with you shortly and find out how your life as a chauffeur is going. Things are really looking up since you left us.
I know. I mean, he's gone from Harry to Harold.
Yes, exactly.
This is amazing. Toodaloo, guys.
Totally.
That's what happens with old money.
Yeah. Just Powerball on your way to work. How good's that?
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
It's the winning innings. Simply marvellous.
Catch WBBL action at the Wacker. Get $10 adult tickets or $25 family packs. Search Scorchers Tickets.
Okay, here we go. Time for winning innings up for grabs. A family membership for the whole season of BBL and WBBL games, plus that merch pack so you look the part while you're cheering them on.
Brilliant. It's going to be Ben and Felicity going head-to-head today. Ben, we'll start with you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Benjamin, what time did you get up this morning?
About 5:30.
Have you stretched?
It's important.
Oh, not yet.
Okay. I
Warmed
don't
up
want you
in
to
the
do it.
nets.
Couple of net sessions. You do.
It's terrifying in the nets.
Yeah, that's right. So,
It's
Ben,
one of the scariest places I've ever been.
No,
your
it was
objective
for you.
is to score as many
Jeez, I
runs
laugh,
as you
though.
can. Ben, you get a run for every question you answer correctly, but if you get one wrong, you're out. That's it. Your innings is over.
Yeah. Let's check in with Felicity, who's going to be on the other team. Hi, Felicity.
Good morning.
Felicity, what time did you get up this morning?
Oh, about 5:45.
Have you done your burpees?
No, just dropped someone at sports training.
Oh, make sure you're
Well, so
hydrated. Yeah,
basically
that's
you've
good.
done exercise.
What sport are they training for?
Water polo.
Oh, it's great
Nice and early.
sport.
Yeah, great
Jeez.
sport.
I cannot believe people get up this time, go swimming, and then have a day off.
Well, a lot of parents are up. Remember, we were speaking to Danny Green. He used to be in his car at like 5
Yes,
in
I
the
know.
morning, dropping Chloe off to
Yes,
swim.
to swimming, yeah.
All right,
Amazing.
guys.
Ben, you're up first. You're in. Are you ready to play?
All right, let's go.
All right, that's the spirit.
All right. You're in the nets. I'm bowling, so watch out, it's underarm.
It's a right arm smorgasbord, no?
Here we go. What is the traditional main ingredient in an omelette?
Egg.
Yes, Ben's on the board. He's got one run.
Next delivery, here it comes. Cricket balls come in 3 colours, red, white and what?
Ooh. Yellow.
He's out.
It's one of those
In
deliveries.
Kanga cricket, yellow.
But in
no, it's
international
pink.
cricket, pink.
Because
Pink
they have
for
the
those-
pink test,
those-
which happens every year.
Those
at
day
Adelaide.
night, the day-night one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Ben, you're on the board with 1. Felicity, if you score
Good
2,
delivery.
Oh, my God, Felicity.
you will win,
It's all
okay?
come down to this.
Are you
Okay.
ready?
Ready.
Okay. Felicity, in cricket, how many stumps are there in total?
6.
Oh, is correct.
Well
She's
played.
on the board.
Yeah,
She's
I
on the
wasn't
board.
sure. She's thinking just
She's
one
on the
end.
board.
Yeah,
Lovely
good call.
single down to long on.
I don't think I would have got that.
Mid-wicket, Nat.
Mid-wicket, yeah.
All right. You sound very cultured, actually, Felicity, so I think you'll get this one. Who painted the Mona Lisa?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, he
No.
She's won, everybody. Just like that.
Cowabunga.
Is a winning innings. You've scored that family membership for the whole season of BBL and WBBL games. Plus, a merch pack is all yours. Well played, Flick.
Oh, that is amazing. Thank you. My 3 sons are going to be wrapped.
Yes,
Fantastic.
they
Well,
are.
that colour pink is going to haunt Ben forever.
Yes, it is.
Oh, sorry, Ben.
Ben, that was a bad case of pink balls,
It
Ben.
happens to the best of us,
Sorry
Ben.
about it.
All right. Lovely work, everybody.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Under the sea,
Singles,
under the sea.
singles,
While we've been putting full time to floating under the sea.
singles.
Rockingham is where the coast comes to life. Home to plenty of aqua-packed adventures. Plan your day trip at rediscoverrockingham.com.au.
There's a bit on the line here. We're talking a 1-month pass for the Perth Wake Park, a $100 Cheeky Monkey Brewing voucher, and $500 cash, all thanks to the City of Rockingham.
In my mind, I can do that wake park,
Yeah.
but in reality, I know I can't because I don't have any of the
My-
upper body strength to hold onto the
My
rope.
knee twinges just thinking
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
just down on Baldivis, right? They've got
Yes.
a big blow-up thing too that you can spend the day playing
Yeah.
on. But they've taken the one, I'll go to the one in Bali, and they've taken it from Spearwood, which used to be Cable Water Ski.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they've taken over there. Anyway, I've done a few goes on it. I quit after about
I've tried,
15
Did you?
minutes.
I've tried to wakeboard
I pretend
one.
I'm busy doing stuff with putting on sunscreen.
I've
and
tried to
shit.
wakeboard, and then the boat went off and nearly pulled my arms out of a socket.
Yeah, that's what happens.
My body didn't go with the boat.
But if you did it every day for a month, you'd get
Oh,
good.
mate,
This
we'd
is
be
the
the
way
best.
you finally mastered
All
it,
right, so
right?
we need 2 people to be on the edge of the jetty ready to bomb me in and listen to some songs. Hi, Mia.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, Mia.
Mia.
So, Mia, you do know music, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you know movies?
Not too bad, hopefully.
Well, these songs are synonymous with movies.
That's
So
right.
instead of telling us the title of the song, you have to tell us the movie it's from. All right?
Okay.
You're going against Shane. Hey, Shane. Shane.
Hey, Shane.
Legends,
how are we?
Yeah, good, mate. Nathan was just throwing out the idea of knowing music, but also what movie they came from. Where do you sit on that?
Probably not one of my strongest categories, but I'll definitely give it a crack.
Oh, that's a
Shane-
can-do attitude we like, Shane.
Do you get called Sean accidentally?
Oh, yes, all the time.
So it goes both ways.
It's really weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
We should have a party where Shane's and Sean's and Kristen's
Yes.
and Kirsten's. They all come together.
Yeah, they all feel free. That's
All right,
good.
here's
That's
what's
a
going
good
to
idea.
happen. We're going to jump off the jetty and listen to some music under the sea. If you know the movie that the song is from, buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you take that round. If you get it wrong, you're both still in and you're going to have another crack at it. All right, let's test your buzzers. Mia,
Mia.
Shane.
Shane.
They're
All right,
working well,
everyone,
guys.
here
It
we
is
go.
the best of 5 rounds.
Let's approach the edge of the jetty, hold hands, and jump in.
Shane.
Shane?
Is it, it's the movie Moulin Rouge?
Oh, he found it. He was looking everywhere
Shane's
for
on
it.
the board, everybody. Well done.
He dropped
All
it,
right,
found
make
it.
sure you yell out when you're buzzing in.
Yeah.
Yell out nice and loud.
Yeah, because you're underwater.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we hold hands and jump in again?
Yeah, no.
Here we go.
Shane.
Is it Grease?
Yes, Shane. Oh,
Shane.
Mia, you need to come back.
Mia, what happened there?
I know.
Mia, just chuck yourself into it, all right?
Okay.
All right, everyone calm down.
All right.
I hope you haven't eaten. We won't get a stitch. Let's jump in.
Shane for the win.
Is it Trolls?
Got it,
Absolute
everybody.
white
He
box.
said it wasn't his category.
Yeah, you didn't think this was your strength, Shane. Turns out this is absolutely your strength. You've won a 1-month pass for the Perth Wake Park, a $100 Cheeky Monkey Brewing voucher, and $500 cash, all thanks to the City of Rockingham. Shane,
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks very
you're
much,
going to have
guys.
a really,
Good
well,
on you,
I was going to
Shane.
say day out, but that's a month out.
Oh,
How's
buddy.
that?
And you know everything. It's like you're marinating
I
in a
know.
blockbuster.
It's the Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Give me that cash. On that cash. Wow. We pay the bills.
We're Powerballing.
Lottery West's Powerball. The game with big attitude and even bigger prizes.
Okay, so today we gave people the opportunity to Powerball their way to work, all thanks to Lottery West Powerball, so they can get a taste of what that Powerball in life is like.
Not just that, Natalie. They're going to get a $1,000 goodie bag.
Yeah.
And the taste as well as the taste of
Yeah.
breakfast sitting in the back.
We'll even
good
get
is
them
that?
home at the end of the day as well.
So the driver is Harold, of course. Harold Fitzgerald. You can hear him on the Kick It Forward podcast if you're so inclined. He had a second passenger for the morning, Liz. We did tell people they could request whatever the ride they wanted.
Yes.
This is what happened in the car.
Liz, just to work, was it?
Oh, sorry, I thought I pressed the no talking service.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, let's go.
As soon as we met Harold. we pressed
Yes.
the no talking service.
But we'll let him talk now. Hello, Harold.
Okay, guys, it's Harry's private Powerball and chauffeur service. The
Yes.
customers get whatever they want.
All right, Harold.
So did you get Liz? Is Liz still there with you, or have you dropped her off already?
Oh, I'm just too efficient. Liz is safely at work with her fruit platter and goodie bag.
Oh, how good, Harold.
kidding?
You've done well. That's 2 so far this morning.
You are
2 for
like,
2.
you'd be a 5-star rating, wouldn't you?
Oh, I can't believe I was working with you guys for so long.
When he could have
No.
been an
But you know
Uber
what?
driver.
What?
Yeah, this little chance alone now has given me a chance to check out this G-Wagon I'm driving though, guys. The thing is, it's like robustness meets luxury. So the windows are about half an inch thick, bulletproof for sure.
Perfect.
Oh, that's good news.
But it's so luxury, I feel like there's a string quartet in the glove box that's going to come out and play for me.
So, Harry, if you were Powerballing, if you were to win the Powerball, would that be the car that you'd buy?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I reckon I'd get this.
Because we're going to go for the G-Wagon or it was going to be a hovercraft. We couldn't decide, but we went for the
Why not?
G-Wagon.
Hey, ¿por qué no les dos?
Oh, hovercraft. I love hovercraft.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Remember I went to the backyard of my mate's house one day and
What, a
then
builder?
his housemate was building a hovercraft. I went, who builds a hovercraft? You got one more passenger for the morning, is that right?
Yeah, we're heading out to North Perth now to pick up Ian and drop him off somewhere near the airport.
Okay, no
Yeah.
worries.
Just anywhere.
No, he works as a mail officer. So he's in one of those, big things where they're sorting the mail
maybe you
and
can
stuff.
find us a mail.
Yes.
Hey, Harold, I've got a Costco car if you want to swing past and get it and load up with some toilet
God,
paper
bring
or
back
some
one of
muffins
those.
or something.
Their burgers there are delicious.
Get
Hey,
bread.
you need some toilet paper, Sean,
Yeah.
or what? I'll get you some.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We'd like 50,000 rolls.
Harold Fitzgerald, our Powerball and driver this morning. We'll check back in with you a little later, Haz. Thanks, mate.
Love it. Thanks, guys.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Time to catch up with an absolute superstar. So we're talking about the woman, the first ever winner of Alone Australia. First female to win it anywhere in the world.
Actually,
Second is
no.
second.
The second. I thought I was going to be the first. Well, no, I hoped I would be the first. No woman had won it before I went out. And then I think just
while you were
Oh,
there.
just timing.
So the problem was you lasted too long in the wilderness. 67 days alone in the wilderness in Tasmania. She's written a book called We Are Stars. Gina Chick, welcome.
It's so lovely to be here.
Good to see you, Gina.
Your energy is beautiful.
You're an earth mother. You're
are.
like you literally are.
It's probably the bare feet.
How can someone so soft survive in something so hard?
Yeah, are you saying I'm fat?
No, but you were saying, like Nathan was saying, you thrived.
Yeah, no,
in the wilderness.
I did. And the really interesting thing, I think, about my win of Alone Australia isn't that I won, although it is, as a postmenopausal woman, and a lot of what was going on out there. But it's actually how I won, because I won by breaking the game. Because the game is suffering, isn't it? That's what we want.
But also, it's about the contestants are trying to conquer nature.
and
It feels
beat
like, whereas, yes, that's right, and be the sort of master of the domain. Whereas you literally went in to be at one with it.
You merged with the tree.
Yeah,
I did. I actually did. And because of that, I didn't suffer.
Yes.
Because I wasn't trying to beat nature.
So it's like you gave it a handshake and said, let's get along.
Absolutely. And it took my hand back and said, okay. And so this is going to sound incredibly hippie, but,
I have I've got a dream catcher.
I have my moments. Whenever I needed anything, I would go out to the lake and I'd go, all right, Big Mama, I know you've got me here to tell a story. I can't tell it if I'm not here, and I'm not going to be here if I can't get something to eat. I'm going to need some food. And then, doink, here's a fish. Doink, 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 doink.
By the end, were little birds coming and carrying dressing you in the morning?
Yeah, well, pretty
No,
much.
that became food.
I mean, the wallaby that turned up at exactly the right time that you needed some protein, essentially.
Yeah.
And literally
Crawled into a bun.
sat next to you.
Yeah.
Dipped yourself
That's
in
an
gravy.
example of that.
Huge.
Yeah. So I needed an animal, and the only way we were allowed to take an animal was if we caught it live.
Okay.
And that was the rules. And I'm not a trapper. I don't know how to do that. And so I say, okay, Big Mama, I'm going to need an animal. And I went out and had a pee and sat on a log afterwards and looked at the moon and basically was procrastinating about going back to my incredibly uncomfortable bed.
Yeah.
And then my body jumped and landed on this thing before, and I caught up when
so
I
you weren't
landed.
even knowing what you're doing,
No,
really.
well, I used to go hunting with my dingo, so I have, to be fair, I have jumped on a lot of animals. That I've then had to,
So was Natalie.
I used to go hunting.
Different
I used to go
scenario.
hunting with my dingo.
I know. That was
That was a
something we
sentence that
might
just
need
came
to
out
come
of
back
Gina's
to.
mouth.
Gina, it is such amazing to have you. It was great to speak to you last time we spoke to you, but I wanted to know, when you got out of that 67 days in the wilderness, what did you do? Did you wash your hair first? Did you have a shower?
Presumably they shove you in a hotel at that point.
And was it a good feeling, or you didn't care for it?
No, actually, there's a really amazing bit of footage which I have on my Instagram of my first meal.
Okay.
And I'm in the possum coat. I'm filthy.
Yes.
I'm just black. My hair's everywhere.
Got wombat in the teeth.
And well, no, they gave me, like, they do this sort of refeeding program so you don't have a heart attack and die.
right.
So it's these meals that they give you, and it was like a little TV dinner of lasagna. Now all I've eaten is worms, fish sperm, eels, fish, and wallaby, bugs, beetles, lizards.
Yes.
And now they give me cheese.
This has gone through you, hasn't it?
No.
Oh, it didn't happen?
No, but I started eating it, and it was like every cell in my body just started doing this.
God.
The video is hilarious. It is so funny because you get live my reaction
Oh my God,
to
don't
the
you- don't-
first food.
What a missing opportunity for whoever made that microwave meal.
Yes.
For an ad.
Yes.
She's like buzzing from a lasagna.
Did you want for technology when you got out, like making phone calls, looking at what's going on?
No, that was weird as well. So once I got out, I then had to be driven from one end of from Western Tassie through to the other side to Hobart to end up getting out. And the guy who was driving the car, he was like, "Right, let me tell you all about the politics," and he had the radio on, and I'm
you're like, no.
I ended up winding down the window and sticking my head out for
like a
12
Labrador.
hours.
Did you?
Yeah, just to get away from just being inside a car. My first night in a house, I slept outside because I couldn't. It was just too weird. But the first shower, oh my God,
that would have been
the
a
water
religious
turned
experience.
black.
Yeah.
And and it was so funny because I saw myself naked for the first time,
Right.
and I looked.
I've never seen myself naked.
Oh, well. And I looked a bit different because I'd put on 19 kilos on purpose to go out there. And then I lost 24. So the last time I'd seen myself, I was, I was basically like an elephant seal, and then I came back and I was all svelte. But I was black. I was black my hands were black, but my body was pretty much white. Well, comparatively, because it was so weird.
That's crazy.
And then I washed it, and then all of a sudden I was just pink everywhere.
Yeah. So, Gina, I know that some people they have to do really challenging things. They do this thing, a mantra where they go, you just have to make it through 10 seconds. Yeah. Another 10 seconds, another 10 seconds, then you reset, another 10 seconds. You were at one with nature and, you made an agreement with it. But was there a time during your time where it was that I need to get through the next 10 seconds?
Actually, no.
So not even with like temperature, nothing like
so
that?
there's this really interesting thing that I realised when I was out there is that survival is about the ability to be uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
And we live in a culture that pathologises discomfort.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as soon as we're uncomfortable, we've got a million things to distract us.
Yeah,
we can
we
pick
do.
up a phone, we can pick up a diary, we can pick up whatever our addiction of choice is, we can doom scroll, we can, get laid, whatever it is. The thing is that is the way we distract ourselves, and so we never learn how to be uncomfortable, and therefore we suffer because we think it's wrong. But what I realised out there is that if you can turn down the volume of that discomfort, go, is it going to kill me? No, I'm just cold and I'm wet, but that's going to end, and then it's not suffering because I'm just like, well, there's also this
there's
beautiful
a level of
day.
acceptance.
This is just my body reacting.
And I've got a platypus saying hello, and I've made friends with a couple of ducks, and look, I've just caught a fish, and actually it's beautiful with the reflections on the lake, and I'm uncomfortable, but it's not everything. And actually that's one of the things in the book that I've written, We Are the Stars, is like, the book isn't about alone. The book is about everything that's happened in my life to get me to the point where I could go out there and thrive for 67 days. And one of those things is learning how to be uncomfortable and learn from it, so that instead of my world shrinking by going, I'm uncomfortable, it gets
and trying to
smaller.
stop it. Yeah,
Now,
it's like embracing that.
by learning how to be uncomfortable in various life events, and there are many, what I learned was how to actually make my world bigger and develop my internal authority and my own skills of resilience so that I could be through anything. And so,
Ned Brockman has a similar philosophy about discomfort. Yeah.
Well,
it's being comfortable being comfortable.
Being
But
uncomfortable.
you know what, Sean? Like, because I think you would love to do some challenge like this. But then on the other sense, to me, how long are you there for? How many days?
67.
We hate waiting for anything. Like waiting for anything. Like to me, that's just like that is like over 2 months of waiting.
Yeah.
That would do my head in. The platypus you said that you said hello to.
Yeah.
If that crawled up on that day that you wanted food, would you would have eaten a platypus?
No.
Okay, yeah, right.
No, it was my friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
Don't eat your friends, Nathan. Don't eat your friends.
You don't eat them.
Friends are not
no,
food.
You can have a nibble.
Jan, I wanted to, you showed us earlier on, actually, some of the people who have written forwards, I guess, to your book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give us the name of one of them. It was a
drop,
really
come
good
on.
friend of yours.
It's pretty good.
Hugh Jackman.
Oh, whatever.
So how do you know Hugh?
We met first day of uni 37
Oh, really?
years ago. Yeah,
What?
we've been mates forever.
Is he a camper?
Would he be able to be out in the wild
no,
and pitch
you're
a
right.
tent and do all that
Yeah.
stuff?
He can pitch a tent. he is. I get the same feeling from him. Like it's warmth, it's love. Yeah. That's great.
Good human.
Yeah. I do think, Natalie, we could go all right because we've been single for a while.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So the alone time,
The alone
We got
time,
the alone
yeah.
bit sorted.
Yeah, that'd be easy.
You know, I feel the heat.
Yeah. So I've got this book, We Are the Stars.
Yeah,
and I'm on this huge tour as well. So it's the biggest book tour Simon & Schuster, my publisher,
that
has
right?
ever done.
Really?
Yeah. And so I've got 36 events all over the country, and it's amazing because we have an hour in conversation, and and I tell various stories from the book, and there's a lot in here. I had a childhood that's like
very non-conventional,
rescuing animals and chewing up seed and spitting it into birds' mouth, and then falling in love with a con man when I was in my 20s and completely crashing my life. Oh my goodness! And then
How much of his life did it take from you, the con man? How many years?
Probably 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
So many people around that.
But then, falling in love with this amazing wild guy that I meet in a wilderness survival school and bringing him home. I say he followed me home, so I kept him.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, having breast cancer when I was pregnant and then losing my daughter, but in the process finding intense joy and love of life.
Yeah.
And so
Your story is extraordinary.
In these events, we go through this roller coaster, but at the end, we sing. I get everybody singing.
Oh, how gorgeous.
3-part harmony. People who've never sung and go, I can't sing. And people come out afterwards going, oh my goodness, they're just in love. And one of the things I love about this tour, and it's so amazing, it's a book tour, but by the end, it's like this antidote to all of the division and the, all of the horrible stuff that's going on. We get to remember that underneath it all, we are all human. We, underneath our stories, we all bleed red.
Yeah,
and
we're all connected.
because I'm making a stand for connection in every single thing I do, that's how I could win alone.
Yeah.
That's how every single person I meet, I say hi and connect. And for me, there's this beautiful wisdom in our hunter-gatherer DNA. It's how our human species survived for 350,000 years, is with tools of connection. And everything that I see that's broken in the world is a wound of connection. So I can't save the world, but I can actually save mine.
Isn't my thing? I feel like people like you, more people like you, should be in positions of power.
Well,
because I feel like it needs that softness, it needs that connection.
But to be able to have any power in the structures of power, someone like me would break. But I can stand up in front of 450 or 500 or 600 people, and at the end, they are going to have hope and they're going to have faith in a better world.
What's extraordinary about you is that the winning of Alone is probably the least interesting part of your story. But it's what has catapulted you out there to share your story and your message.
And what I love it as well is, like, we've met you now, we feel your softness, we feel your warmth. When Alone's happening, right at the start, people would have thought that Gina wouldn't have had a chance. Because you look at the guys with the ad, you know what I mean? You look at that. And then, but it's amazing.
This is the thing, connection, it might not look spectacular, but it's a superpower, and it's one we all have. And what my experience is, it doesn't take much for us to remember. Like, here we all are now talking and sitting, and we could not be on the radio. We could just be in a lounge room.
Yeah, that's right.
And more swearing.
there is that. But the connection that's alive in us wants to be. It's like a flower will go towards the light if the light is there. And I think it's, especially at the moment, it's actually really important to remember that we all have roots that can connect. We all have hearts that can understand each other. And every little tiny step that we can take to do that, like, that can be our thing. And it might be just going out in the garden, or it might be going out for a walk, or it might be reading a book called We Are the Stars.
Why wouldn't you?
Are your events in Perth sold out?
I think tonight's in Mount Lawley, we still have some room. They've said that they can actually make some more space.
Okay.
So Mount Lawley tonight, We Are the Stars, the author tour. I really don't know. But if you look at
we'll find out. If you Google Gina Chick Perth, the events will come up. So look, and the book We Are the Stars, obviously an amazing Christmas gift, just in time. Wrap that up for everybody in your life.
It'd be great for Labor Day gifts as well. It needs the gift.
All the gifts.
All the gifts.
Gina, thank you so much for coming in. You're an absolute joy to meet.
Thank
and if
you.
people want to, your Australian story, find that on ABC iView. That was an extraordinary show.
Also, the Imperfects podcast is pretty good as well.
I've heard that.
That one was a good one. But there's lots of things. You can check out my socials. There's all sorts of fabulous things on there.
It's like I've just
Love
been interviewing a a rainbow.
Tonight at the Perth College Theatre in Mount Lawley.
There you go.
It's a bargain. It's seriously cheap. So, Google Gina Chick.
You just have to take her in an animal you found.
Or both at Street Books are the organiser of that event. So, yes, Gina, thank you so much. You're a joy.
I feel like I want to clap
You're
for you.
welcome back anytime. We would love to have you back again.
Thanks so much for having me.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Of course, we're well aware that there was a US election and the result, I think it was overwhelming and shocked a few people about how overwhelming it was.
Less than half the country is very, very shocked and devastated today.
Let's cross to LA and catch up with Melinda Taylor, who lives there. Good morning, Melinda.
Good morning.
Hi, Melinda.
Now, Melinda, we watched this from afar, and it seems to be like this weird Netflix show where one guy's up there saying whatever he wants and gets away with it.
Yes,
and there's
a
another
convicted
girl
felon as well.
And then there's a woman going up there, and it's like, oh, wait, will a woman win? And then there's all the circus that was around it. What's it like being there for that?
It's crazy because Trump started running again in 2022. So it's been 2 years of this. And it's gotten crazier and crazier as it went on. There was an assassination attempt. There was a change of candidates. There was another assassination attempt. There's, spewing racist, hateful rhetoric at rallies with thousands of people. And he won more than half the country.
Yeah.
It's absolutely wild. It's like I've seen a meme online. Somebody said, I'm watching the season finale or the series finale of the United States of America.
Oh.
That's how it feels.
Wow.
Melinda, would you say then, you just mentioned the racist rhetoric, which we've heard him go on about the borders, right? And he's really pinpointed different ethnic groups about that kind of stuff. Yes, Nathan's right. So are you saying that the rest of the nation who voted him overwhelmingly in, it's a racist bunch living in the States?
I think the core group of his MAGA people fall under that category. I think what really happened is there's your hardcore Democrats and your hardcore MAGA Republicans, and then there's the middle. And I think the middle just appreciated his message on the economy and the border more.
Absolutely,
And I don't necessarily think everybody in that group follows the same ideology or cares for his bombastic personality.
That's true.
But they went that direction. And so it's hard not to pigeonhole them all. But I have to remember that we're all individuals. And we all have our views and feelings.
And this is democracy
I'm feeling pretty bad today, personally.
What got me yesterday, and I rang my mum and dad once I found out that Trump won, and I said, and what gets me is, Melinda, your country, right, can decide the fate of the world. America is such a powerful place. And that is that is the people of America. Whatever's happening there will bleed out to the rest of the world because there will be decisions made by the person that's been put in power. And that just shocked me. And I know that this is just the state of the world, but it's such a responsibility that Americans have because you are at the top, So how are you feeling, though? Because obviously you voted for Kamala. How are you feeling?
I did. I am feeling pretty dejected. There's a part of me that's horribly angry at the 70 million people that voted for Donald Trump, given all that we know about him factually. There's a sense of betrayal, I would say, by my fellow citizens. But I also understand that I cannot live with those feelings for another 4 years. I have to find a way to hope for the best, but it's pretty bleak today because they also won the Senate and they're about to win the House, which means he has complete and utter control over everything. The most important of which is the Supreme Court. Because we have 2 retirement age justices. If they go during his term,
you're further in his favour,
Wow.
Well, Melinda, we're going to have to see what happens there. But do you see any world where this is working? Because you just made mention that you have to make sure that you remember that there is a lot of people who are different to you. They have different representation, different thoughts.
But do I see if there's any way of this working?
Yeah.
Honestly, I honestly don't.
Do you know,
And
but did it
it's
not
a
work
scary
before
time.
to a degree? Like it got to a point at the end where, the old bloke was just saying shit left, right and centre, for want of a better term.
Talking about Joe Biden?
No, I'm saying about when Donald was...
Oh, when he was the president last time.
And he lost fair, he says not fair and square, but
No,
it was
he
in a
did
bit
lose
of an
fair and
even
square.
race.
Yeah.
You had a person in the president who's Joe Biden who was pathetic and was probably one of the worst we've seen. So do you see any way this could go forward and be...
Positive?
I don't know if positive is the right word, but work. Maybe work, Nate.
Could it work? I mean, it certainly could if he's willing to let go of some of his ego,
Yeah.
which I don't think is in his character.
Well, this whole thing was built on ego. He was angry that he was lost, and he said
absolutely.
he believed factually that he was cheated.
Yeah.
So the thing I suppose why I never aligned with him is I don't like anyone standing on the necks of anyone else, and women's bodies.
The erosion of women's rights
bodies,
is a concern.
Transgender people. Even I do know every country's got a problem with immigration, but just the way you speak about immigration, I don't feel there was no softness in your voice.
No compassion.
There's no empathy about what these people are going through to make them do that. And I understand immigration's a tough one, but that's for me. I don't think Kamala was doing that. And that side doesn't stand on people to get ahead.
But they were ineffective as a government.
Yeah, this is just me. This is just me. And no matter what political stuff's going on, I think that's. I think if you're harming someone else, if you're putting somebody else
from
down.
a humanistic point of view.
If you're having a rally where you've got guest speakers coming up there, and because he never condemned what that comedian said about Puerto Rico being an island of junk, that's there as hate. And then after you win, you stand up and say, "Let's bring the country together." What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're just making everyone go at each other.
Actively divided it.
Anyway, so that's where I can't stand on it. Even though I'm sure some of his business acumen is probably could be needed. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So, but then he's a failed businessman.
Well, I think we've got to remember that it was overwhelming. That
But I'm just saying what I think.
You're absolutely
what I
entitled
think.
to what
I
you're
thought the
saying.
world was going to get to a more enlightened place. Instead, I feel like we are regressing and we're taking rights away from people, and I think that's gross.
Is that how it feels to you, Melinda, as somebody that lives there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said to my husband the one day, this is I'm a more progressive Democrat. I believe in a lot of social programs and things like that. And I feel like they're a regressive party where they want to take us back to the good old days where the women were barefoot and pregnant. Yeah. There was no birth control or abortion. White America was where to be.
Yeah, the good old days weren't that good for a lot of people.
But you're just saying, I mean, no one's saying that that's going to happen. That's I think you've got to find some middle ground.
They are talking about the erosion of women's rights, though, Sean, and the access to birth control.
But who's about that? No one's voting for that.
Republicans. They might not have voted for that, but if the people on that side are doing that, the Republicans have actively said that they've.
Which Republicans?
It doesn't matter. They're in charge.
Mate,
so if the Republicans are in charge, the Supreme Court has been supporting that. They overturned Roe versus Wade, Sean.
But that was Texas taking on that was Texas taking on them at all, and everyone has a chance.
They overturned Roe versus Wade, Sean.
They get an opportunity to vote as each state.
Yeah, because he stacked the Supreme Court with ultra conservatives.
It seems like I'm pushing one way to you guys, but I feel that. There's great.
No, but and you know what? It doesn't impact you because an erosion of women's rights.
For that now.
It doesn't.
I would never vote for that in a million years.
But then what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like this is the thing. For me, if I had a daughter, I don't have a daughter.
I do.
I don't need a daughter. Once you say that you are going to be stuffing around with whether a woman can have an abortion or not, if she has to have a baby through rape,
whether she can
put her life at risk as going down an alleyway.
Sean, it's happening, Sean. It's happening.
It's like you don't believe it unless you hear them from your mouth.
Let's ask Melinda. Melinda, you live there. This is happening, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, there was just a story in the news that I came across about a teenager in Texas who went to 3 different hospitals while she was pregnant looking for care, and they couldn't care for her because if they did something that caused the fetal heartbeat to stop, they would be arrested. The doctors.
Yeah.
That was
I totally disagree with Texas and their stance.
But
it doesn't matter. That's America. It's happening. And if it happens there, it can happen in any other state as well.
And this is the thing.
And it is
It's not the
happening in
Middle
other
East, man.
states.
It's not the Middle
It
East.
is happening in other states. Melinda, we appreciate your time. We know it's not the easiest thing for you to talk about.
I'm glad you guys are as passionate as I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
well,
on,
you
Melinda.
know what? I hope that the next 4 years is okay, and if not, just get a flight to Australia. Sweetheart, we'll get you a job, it'll be fine.
Thanks, Melinda.
Thanks, Linda.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Give me that cash. On that cash.
Wow.
We pay the bills.
We're powerballing.
Lottery West Powerball. The game with big attitude and even bigger prizes.
All morning, we've been giving people the opportunity to live the Powerball in life.
Yeah.
Driving yourself to work.
It's disgusting.
What?
It's so
What are you,
disgusting.
Pogo?
Like putting it in drive, putting on your seatbelt, adjusting your mirror. Gross.
No.
Instead,
No.
we thought, you know what? Powerballing. That seems G-wagonish.
Yeah.
That seems to have... You want a tall drink of water driving you to work each morning. And you know what? Grab a straw, everyone, and take a
Here
sip.
he is.
Because here he is, Harold Fitzgerald. Hello, Harold.
Hello, guys. I don't know if I can go back to my normal car because this G-Wagon is unbelievably luxury.
Harry, what are you driving?
A G-Wagon. Oh, I'm driving a Melville Mazda, of course.
Exactly. So you can go back to your own car.
That's what Harry drives, but Harold drives a Mercedes G-Wagon, don't you, Harold?
Oh, I do, and I'm not telling you where I am right now because I'm not sure I want to return it.
That's a good idea,
now,
Harry.
Harold, who was your last passenger?
We had Ian. We picked him up from North Perth and took him all the way out to the airport to the AusPost facility.
Oh, right, okay.
He works there, does he?
Yeah.
No, he
we got
had to
him
pick
there
up a
work.
parcel.
No, I was going to say I've got a package coming today. Could he grab it for me?
No, he does work there, and we got him there nice and early, so no excuses if your parcels aren't delivered on time.
Did you swing through Macca's? Because there's one at that roundabout.
Oh, Ian just said they just built a KFC and a Macca's a few months ago, so they're all in trouble there at AusPost.
Oh,
Yeah,
gee.
no.
Isn't it amazing? So what these three lucky listeners have
Yes, it
experienced
was
today...
Kelly and Liz as well.
What they've experienced today is what life is like for some people.
Yeah.
This is just normal. Some people just they're ready to go to work. They walk out, there's a car ready, and then they get taken away. It's unbelievable, Harry. All the images and videos can be seen on our socials if you want to check it out. Harry, put in a bloody good work there, mate.
Yeah, good stuff, guys. I'll be claiming this dry cleaning for this suit on back deductible.
No, that's on you. You shouldn't have soiled it like you did. Good reason to buy your Powerball ticket tonight, everybody.
Yeah, that's good.
Because
Before
you
6
too
p.m.
could live the Powerball in life. Love your work, Harold. Thank you, my friend.
He'll be on the news tonight.
Thanks,
That car's
guys.
stolen. That car is stolen.
Yeah, you've got to take it back now.
Yeah.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hey, so tomorrow, something exciting is happening.
Bark, bark.
He's back, everybody.
The bin chicken, not the original, because this is his cousin. Bit miserable.
It's not original recipe bin chicken.
Hey,
It's-
it's hot and spicy. He's returning tomorrow, where we'll tell you all about it tomorrow. But if you physically find him, you could win yourself 1,000 box. Which are dollars.
The exchange rate is 1 for 1
Right,
with
$1
Australian
for one
dollars.
box.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Hello, Ross.
The hot and spicy and grumpy bin chicken, which is our boss.
Yes.
I cannot
I
think of
know.
a person who couldn't want to put on a chicken soup less.
Don't blow his cover. He's a bin
Mate,
chicken. How
you
dare
can tell who it is.
He loves people blowing his cover.
It's the legs. Oh, that was good, no?
Thanks.
Oh, and I got in trouble earlier on for what I said.
What did you say?
How many things do you say wrong today?
Don't say it again.
Don't say it.
Look in the podcast. I'm sure you'll find it.
No, tell everyone.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.